Hey guys, we're going to talk about law of sine and law of cosine here. The key thing to write down is that you use law of sine when you're given the same angle and side matching pair. So like if you're given an A and an A, or B and a B, or a C and a C. That's the big thing to write down about when using law of sine, law of cosine. If you're not given that, then you're going to use law of cosine. So here we don't have an angle A, but we have the side A. Here we do have angle B and side B. Here's side A again, and here's side C. You look across to label those. So we're going to use law of sine. Law of sine here will be sine B over little b equals, and we're trying to find A right here. That's our theta. So since we know B, the other fraction is going to be involving A, because that's what we're trying to find. Now let's fill in what we don't know. Sine 62 over 28 equals sine A, which we don't know, over side A, which is 25. Cross multiply. So we're going to do 25 times sine 62. Make sure you're in degree mode here. That's 22.07. And then we have 28 times sine A, which is 28 sine A. Dividing both sides by 28, we get 0.788 equals sine A. But that's not your final answer. We have to find what A is, not sine A. If we don't know the angle, what we do is we do the inverse of sine A. So press second sine, and then type in 0.788. And you should come out to be A is going to equal 52, about 52, 51.99 degrees. Let's do another one. Right, let's do 25. So we're given angle A, no side. We don't have angle B, but we have side B. And we don't have side C, we have angle C. I'm going to do something real tricky. I'm going to do 180 minus 33 minus 68. That's going to give me angle B right here, which is 79. So technically we do have both angle and side B. So again, we're going to do law of sine. Sine B over B equals sine, and we're finding BC, which is right here. That's what we're trying to find. That is side A, so that means the other part's going to have to do with the A's. Let's plug stuff in. Sine 79 over side B is 18 equals sine angle A is 33. Side A we don't know. Cross multiply. Again, we're in degree mode. Sine 33 times 18, 9.8. And then sine 79 times x, which is just x sine 79. Dividing both sides by sine 79. Those cancel out, so we have x to equal 9.8 divided by sine 79, which is about 9.98. And that's in meters. And there you go. There you have it. That's side BC. Let's go to another one. 26. Let's find AC. So we're finding side B. Here we don't have a matching side and angle. Doesn't look like it. So we're going to use law of cosine. To find B, we're going to use the formula B squared equals A squared minus C squared plus, I believe it's 2AC cosine B. Let me just check that. Was incorrect. Let me change it. We have b squared equals a squared plus c squared, and then it's going to be a minus 2ac cosine b. I used the b squared version of the law of cosine because we're solving for b in this case. Let's plug everything that we know in. We don't know b squared, but we know a squared. A is right here. Here's c, by the way. So we have 23 squared plus c squared, 28 squared, minus 2 times a times c, and then times the cosine of b. We know the angle is 86. All right, let's do some simplification. So we have b squared equaling 23 squared. I'm going to do this part right here, plus 28 squared, which is 1313. Then I'm going to do this part in orange all together. That's one big piece. That's a big mistake you guys make. 2 times 23 times 28 times cosine 86. Again, we're still in degree mode, which is 89.84. So now I'm going to do b squared equals 1313 minus 89.84, which is about 1223.16, but that's not the answer because we have to find out what b equals. So we do the square root of that answer, and we get about 34.9. Okay, we use law of cosine here. Big mistake is this section over here. This is all one big piece. 27, last one for this video. We're going to use law of cosine again because we're not given a matching angle and a side. It doesn't look like it. So law of cosine, and we're finding angle A, which is right here. So we're going to use the A part of the formula. Law of cosine is a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine times the cosine of capital A. Let's plug in everything that we know. Here's side A, here's side B, here's side C. So we actually know a squared in this case is 24 squared equals b squared is 14 squared plus, looks like we don't know c either on this formula. So it is impossible to find two missing variables. Here's what we're going to do. Watch this. I'm just going to tell you what c is. I'm just going to make up a random number. And let's say c is 40. All right. So 40 squared minus 2bc. That's 14, by the way. C is 40, and then cosine A. Okay, let's see how this works. You won't see something like this on the test. I'm just making up the number for C just so we can solve for a missing angle in this case. Let's figure out what this piece is first, and then I'm going to figure out what this piece is. So 14 squared plus 40 squared is 1796. Again, this is what 24 squared equals. I'm going to figure out what 24 squared is while I'm at it. 576 is going to equal that. And then we have minus 2 times 14 times 40. 1120 cosine A. Okay, big mistake here. Don't make this mistake. Don't subtract these two. We're going to move this over. So we got 576 minus 1796. And that gives us negative 1220 equals negative 1120 cosine A. All right. Hopefully this problem works out. If not, it's my fault because I picked the wrong number for this hypotenuse looking value. Next, we're going to divide both sides by negative 1120. Yeah, it does look like this problem is not going to work because of the number I picked. We get 1.089 equals cosine A. Let's just finish this out and get our error at the end. If this would work, we would do, to find the angle, we would do second cosine to make the -1. If you type in second cosine of 1.089, you are going to get an error. But if I did pick a little smaller value, like say 35, this problem would work out perfectly. You would get an answer. But again, we're talking about how to set up a problem using law of cosine, plugging in the numbers, and solving for a missing angle here.